So this video is actually a continuation of the unboxing and basically setup of the ring light mini. Now we're going to dive into the ring light pro. So if you're interested in the ring light mini, you want to see this one unboxed as well, separate video, link in the description, as well as at the end. I'm going to post it as well. But we're going to actually open this guy up now, take a peek at how this one comes, and third video coming is comparing the two side by side. So that's going to be both of them out of the box, showing exactly what they can do and what the differences really are. So if you really want to see the differences side by side, that's going to be in a third video. But this one, we're popping this guy open. Okay, so welcome back to techgooch, ladies and gentlemen. Just got done with the ring light mini. So now we're going to actually pop open the box for the ring light pro. As you can tell, it's bigger. It's got a few extra features, a few extra pieces that come with it. So let me pop the top of this box a little bit. Get the little clips out open. There we go. This one also has, looks like, oh, this one's going to come out the top. Oh, because this one has a storage bag that comes with it. I forgot about that. All right, so this is going to slide out the top. Now, the thing about the ring light pro is it's built more portability. Not necessarily more portability, but it's built with fully portable built in. So it comes with the bag. It's battery powered, so we actually have up to 70 minutes of full brightness out of this guy when it's fully charged. It also has, well, here we go, power supply that comes with it to charge it. And it is actually a 15 volt, 4 amp, 60 watt charger. So not USB-C charged, but this will charge it faster than that. Let's see what else we got in this bag. If I go straight down to the bottom, looks like that's where the tripod is. Let's see if we can pull that out. Might be strapped in there. Looks like there's some Velcro strapping. Let me see what this is. There's the smartphone mount. Looks like the exact same smartphone mount that comes with the Lume Cube, the ring light mini. Identical. We also have a Allen wrench that comes in there as well. I'm going to go ahead and just pull this guy out. This is the actual ring light itself. Also has a Velcro piece. Of course, a lot larger. And at the bottom of the bag, yep, sure enough, right at the bottom there's some Velcro. If you see it, see that Velcro strap over it? That is what's holding it in place. So this thing's not going to bounce around too much at all. So there we have the tripod stand that it comes with. Now this one, the mini went 16 to 40 inches. This one's 18 to 70, so it's going to be taller. And 70 inches, you know, obviously if you're standing, it's going to be at head height. We do have information on the ring light pro itself, as well as remote control. So I'm going to keep that out actually. Lume Cube, nothing would brighten my other experience. Oh. Create reviews either on their website or on Amazon. We do have a remote control to control this guy remotely without actually going up and actually dealing with the dials or anything themselves. Let's see if there's anything else in here. I'm sure there's some silica gel in there somewhere. I'm going to throw that review card in here. All right, so I'm going to get that bag out of the way. Now let's get this guy open. Pull the bags off. I'm going to get the tripod set up first. This is a metal tripod versus a plastic one, so that's a step in one direction or the other. Definitely a little bit heavier duty. And this is different. Okay, so it's kind of goes out and then shoots up the middle. Oh, that's what it is. It inverts. There we go. That's better. So this little knob, we loosen that knob and we can shoot it up. And much larger stance, that's for sure. So much more stable tripod than the one that came with the mini. There we go. I'm going to set that right there, just out to the side, the best I can at least. Get the remote out, so I have that ready to go. Throw the bag down there. It does come with the AAA batteries to power it, which is always handy, at least to start. That way you're ready to go, even though, you know, these are standard alkalines. So throw those in there real quick. And that's that. That goes down there. Last is going to be the bag for the actual ring light itself. And there's silica gel in the bag. I knew it was in there somewhere. Okay. We have a mount on this one that's not going to just pop off. You're going to basically use the mount that comes with the tripod for this guy. Also has the tightening knob back here, same as the Mini if you watched that video. Now we have the 1/4 knob here, so I'm going to actually go ahead and attach my smartphone mount that came with this as well, just by using this dial. It might be easier actually to do it while standing up. It's all right. All right, so that's at least there. Power cord I'll leave right here for now. Let's back up so you can actually see it get installed on the tripod. Okay, so I have the tripod here. This one is a lever lock tripod rather than the twist ones. So flip the lever, raise and lower, lock it. This is a 4 section. So there is quite a bit of height, obviously, like I said, up to 70 inches. I may have to back up a little bit more with this, but this guy right here is just going to go right on top of this metal guy. I'm going to drop that back down, geez. And just set on top. And once she goes all the way down, there we go. Then we're just going to tighten this guy down around it. And we can loosen that to adjust where we want it. And there we go. Now, cooking with gas. Controls on the back of this guy are definitely a little more robust than they are on the Mini. And like I said, this is battery operated. So this one actually has an internal battery pack. Also has a USB port coming out of it. So you can actually use the internal battery of this to charge your device. So if you were doing smartphone videos and your smartphone battery was dying, you could technically plug it into this, share the light source, the battery source from this to your phone as well to keep you going. For as long as your video lasted. Up to 70 minutes at full brightness. If you do a lower brightness setting, you can get up to 120 minutes of actual light use out of the battery pack that's built into this guy. So quite a bit actually. And on top of that, like I said, the 15-volt charger. So if you want to use this, once the battery pack is depleted, you're going to need to plug it into the wall. Now I'm assuming out of the gate, we're probably going to have at least some battery. I don't know how much battery level, but I'm going to start it facing your way. See if I can get it to go a little bit lower. It's going to be a little hard just because of this stand. There we go. Tilt it up. There we go. All right. So again, on the back side, and I'm going to show all these controls here shortly. There's a power switch. We have a lumen switch or a knob, and then a color temperature. Now this one does not have the same color temperature capability as the Mini does. This is going to focus on the color temperatures that are probably most common for shooting, if I'm all honest about it, in that 3,000 to 5,600 Kelvin. I think at 3,200 Kelvin to 5,600 Kelvin. That's the color temperature range of this guy. So not quite the same range as the Mini, but probably in the range that most people are going to be shooting in. So let's kick on. And yep, we do have, right now it looks like it's at 5% brightness, 3,200 Kelvin, and we are like 3/4, maybe more than 3/4 battery, so that's how it's coming. It's telling me at this, I have 7.6 hours of shooting. I'm assuming that's what that means. So let's ramp it up. Let's see if that means. So it's getting a lot brighter, as you can see on there. 85% there. 54 minutes of shooting. 100%. I am absolutely at the top. I have 38 minutes of shooting. That is awesome that it calculates that and tells you that right away. It just takes a couple seconds. So let's drop it down to 95. This looks like it doesn't do the 1% increments, but if I go from 100 to 95, I gain another 7 minutes. So let's, if I go down to like 80% of shooting, 80% of battery, 55 minutes, that's an hour at this setting, at this battery capacity that I'm at. I'm not full right now. That's the big thing. 3,200 Kelvin, I'm going to bring it down to 50%. At 50%, I have roughly an hour and a half almost. And 3,200 Kelvin to 5,600. Yep, exactly like I said, in 100 Kelvin, 100 degree Kelvin increments. So 3,200, 3,300, 3,400, all the way up to 5,600. So actually quite a big range. 32 to 56 is definitely the most common range for lighting, at least. And then the percent increments in terms of brightness, 5% increments. It's a little bit different there, but in all reality, you probably don't need a 1% because it's almost indecipherable. 5%, you can actually see the difference. I can actually notice the difference between 5%. That's definitely true. And then the battery meter, and then I'll show you that. I'll show you everything on the backside here in a second. So that's pretty cool. And of course, size-wise, the Mini is a 12-inch ring. This is a 17.5-inch diameter. So much larger, a larger base here as well. And you can actually, you've got enough space. If I wanted to put my Sony A7S III on here, easily would fit. And so I could use this with that specific camera and actually mount it on here. Yeah, so you would have that as an option. So that said, let me change the camera. Let me flip it around and we'll show you the backside. Okay, so right now we're looking at the backside of the Ring Light Pro. On the right side, so let me loosen this up and turn it. We do have these nice aluminum knobs to actually change the brightness as well as the color temperature. And then we do have a channel USB button. Channel for basically registering or pairing a remote control. The remote control that came with it should be automatically paired, so we shouldn't have to worry about that right now. On the other side, we do have our standard power toggle switch, right? Power switch. 2 USB-A ports. Those are things that you can actually charge other devices with. And then we have our 15-volt DC input to power or charge this, because this does have an internal battery. As we can actually see, it's a 14.8 volt, 2500 milliamp hour lithium polymer battery. 35 watt capacity in terms of the battery itself. But in that case, we are going to flip this on and showcase what the menu looks like, because it does add a lot more capability and information than the Mini does. And that makes sense because we have a lot more that we have capable with this because of the internal battery pack. We have or how long the battery will last, as well as the current battery indicator status of charge level. So we're 3/4 charge, give or take. I don't know. It doesn't say percentage. We're on, looks like channel 1 for the remote, I would assume is that means. 40% brightness, and like I said, I can do it in 5% increments just by using this knob over here. And then color temperature, 5600 is pretty white blue. We can bring that down. Probably in the 4000 is what I would typically do myself. But if you want that yellowish look, all the way down to 3200. So we have that capability, and you can see the actual, let's see, if we're at 40%, if we go all the way up to 5600, it doesn't look like the color temperature affects the time so much. It's more the actual brightness. A little bit. Looks like the yellow light actually takes a little more energy. Not a substantial amount, but if we pump this up to 60%, we're going to drop down 1.2 hours. So the nice thing is if you're in a specific setting location and you know you need it for so long and you didn't have a full battery to go out, at least you can actually indicate to see what you're going to do, and you can estimate how much time you actually have of the ring light left. So that's pretty awesome. Outside of that, if we go down here, I will say this as well. Actually, when you turn it off, the screen does stay on a bit. If you're using something that actually uses, if I hit this USB button right here, it will kick it on for USB charging. So that is with that button over here without actually turning the light on. So I will say that. Then, if we come down here to the actual pieces like we were talking before, this big guy is for tilting it up and down this way. And then this guy, so we can actually just go around the tripod without moving the tripod. And then that'll lock it into place. Now, this specific guy does come with this Lume Cube phone mount that I can mount my smartphone on here. I have a 14 Pro Max, but the nice thing is I can go portrait, I can go landscape, and real quick and easy, and have adjustment on where I want that camera to go. I can also, so like I typically shoot, I can use the back cameras to shoot myself and still have placement. Now, if I actually move this phone up a little higher, oh, and look at that, I kicked on that guy. I actually have a little bit more maneuverability in here. I could also flip this around and change how it is, so the touchscreen still faces this way, but have, if I do it this way, just have a little bit different maneuverability. It just gives you those options within the actual ring light itself. I'll leave my phone in there for now. But there she is. One other thing I did want to mention is height. So this is this stand has the capability of up to 70 inches, but that's the stand. So that's not counting the extra height we have here, or from the top of this, the bottom of this mount, all the way to wherever your camera is. So right now I'm on the floor, but I can actually go another. I can hit my ceiling with the actual light itself, way above my head, and make it uncomfortable. So there is a lot of flexibility with this. The tripod that they give you, pretty darn well built, and I can adjust how wide out the legs go, so it actually gives a more stable option. Or if I need maybe just a little bit more height, adjust the legs so I can get even more. So it really comes down to how you're using it. But this is pretty cool. The neat thing about this is you get a much larger light with a larger opening that gives you more capability in terms of different camera options, different mount options, and stuff like that. Now we do have, on top of that, we do have this remote. Now we do have to have it powered on. But once it's power on, then I can use this remote to turn it on and off. I can adjust the brightness settings with it. I can change the color temperature with it. I can also have quick sets down here. So 3200 Kelvin, I can go all the way up to 5600 Kelvin, just like with the, just go 52 to 60, 5600, so max to minimum. And then there's a 25, 50%, and 100% brightness. So 100% brightness down to 25% brightness with a single click of the remote. That's pretty awesome. And then, of course, save battery. Maybe I'm in between shoots, but I don't want to turn it off. Just hit the power button so it kicks the light source off. Back here, it's telling me 2.7 hours of sitting here like this, I guess, maybe, or not. Maybe it actually tells with the light on. But the neat thing about it is real quick and easy. As a creator, I can kick it on, stick that in my back pocket, and just keep going with what I'm doing. So the big thing about the Pro is you get a much larger size for bigger cameras or more light capability, because this is going to actually give up to 1500 lumens output, so more light than the Mini does. Also, the fact of the matter is it's still the 96 plus Cri Color Index Rating, so solid in terms of its light capability, and right in that light source color range that most creators are probably going to be using anyway. But the size of it gives you more light to create to cover a larger area, is maybe the best way to put it. And the battery is pretty solid. It gives you quite a bit of wireless capability without having to drag around your own battery pack for it. So there is a big, several big options with this guy. Price on this one is retails at $269. I will put links in the description, as well as to the next video that I'm shooting as a comparison between the Pro and the Mini. And we're going to put them side by side, and we're going to actually showcase the best we can the differences between them. So, thank you for watching to the end of this video. If you liked it, thumbs up, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you back here on another future video review. Stay tuned if you're interested in that comparison, or if you want to see the Ring Light Mini, links in the description as well as here at the end. Thanks for showing up here on techgooch. Thanks for watching to the end. As always, we'll catch you on a future video.